Hello, everybody, and welcome. We are live on the internet by way of Twitch. This is the greatest live art competition in the known universe. This is Super Art Fight. Hi, how's it going, everybody? I'm Marty J, and we are continuing on this 14th night of November. It's a Saturday night, year 2020, a year that is getting ever closer to ending. Thank goodness, but we are rolling on with the 4th episode of this, our inaugural season of Super Art Fight Online. I hope you're doing great out there. I was going to say in TV land, but I guess you're more in internet land or more, I don't know, internet village, internet desert, whatever would be the appropriate description for internet. I hope you're doing great. We've got a hell of a show planned for you. 3 bouts tonight, 2 of which are going to be part of our ongoing round robin tournament, which has had some very, very interesting twists and turns over these past 3 weeks. I'm very excited to see how things play out here tonight. But before I dig into things, I'd like to go ahead and introduce my co-host with the Mo-host, my friend and yours, Mr. Ross Nova. Ross, how you doing, bud?
I am doing flipping fantastic, Marty. It's been a whirlwind of a week. You know, last week we had an amazing show. The artists were contesting the results all
Very
week
weird.
long.
Very weird. Unexpected.
Yeah, you know, when I was called to the Courtyard Marriott to attend a press conference on possible fraud in the results of last week's show, I couldn't believe it. But you know what? The democratic process won out in the end, and I'm glad to see it.
Yeah, and the democratic process will be in play here again this evening. As always, you, the fine folks watching at home, you, the fine folks in the chat, will be voting for the victors of every single bout. But before we talk about the lineup for this evening, Ross, the round robin tournament has gone in some very interesting direction, as we've got a tie for first, a tie for second, and a shocking competitor in last. Taking a look at where we are right now, 3 weeks completed of this 6-week tournament. Shoujo Agogo and Bunny, both of whom you will see in action here tonight, are tied at the top 2-0. Then right behind them with records of 1-2, we've got Stevie Speed and Red Erin. Did not expect to see Red Erin, someone who had never lost during the never-ending offseason, near the bottom of the rankings here. But the real shocker is, all the way at the bottom, Baron von Sexyful, 0-2, Ross. Not a single victory from the Baron so far in this online season.
Yeah, that's right. Baron von Sexyful, I think we could all agree, is the biggest letdown in Super Art Fight history. I mean, easily by far, like, high hopes from everyone. The bookies had him highly ranked in odds, and you know what? The bookies are going home with money at this point because he's 0-2. 0-2. Cannot believe it. But Shoujo and Bunny both coming in with 2-0 really is changing the game, especially as we're wrapping up the tournament, Marty. There's not many more chances left to see how this plays out.
Yes, only 3 episodes remain in this inaugural season. Tonight, you're going to see Red Erin face off with Bunny in our opening contest. You're going to see some non-tournament action as the Fighting Fanboy Mike Donahue makes his online return to face 2 Drink Alex. And then our main event, Baron von Sexyful collides with Shoujo Agogo. All the more shocking because Baron coming in 0-2, Shoujo 2-0. This could really shake up those rankings. It's going to be an incredible evening. We're so happy you joined us. But for those who might be joining us for the first time, hello, welcome, grab a drink, sit down, strap in for a great evening. And to explain exactly what's going to happen and how our Super Art Fight works, Ross, break it down for him.
It'd be my pleasure, Marty, and I've decided to do it this week in the most ASMR way I can. Here we go. What you're about to see here tonight are 3 rounds of Super Art Fight action. In each round, 2 artists will come up to the canvas. They will each have 20 minutes to cover the canvas with artwork. At the end of those 20 minutes, you, the audience, will be choosing the end of the winner of the match based on who you vote for in our Twitch stream. There will be a poll. It will be great. Every 5 minutes during the match, we will be okay. We will be spinning what we call the Wheel of Death, which is full of random topics submitted by you, our audience, via our website, superartfight.com. I believe that pretty much covers it, Marty.
Ross, I think you're right. I want to thank you for taking the time to really, really pop those peas. Excellent work. Anyway, let's go ahead and roll on into our opening bout here. We've got two absolute greats in Super Art Fight. One literally around in one form or another since the beginning of Super Art Fight. The other held many a title in her time, is the current Pixelweight champion. I mean, a lot of craziness is going to go down on this canvas. So I'd like to bring out the first competitor. I mentioned just before, she is the current Pixelweight champion in Super Art Fight, former Super Art Fight champion, former Super Art Fight tag team champion, and also an all-around holiday enthusiast. Ladies and gentlemen at home, put your hands together for Red Erin.
Hey.
Red Erin?
Hello, internet.
Hi, Erin. That's a nice hat you got there.
Yeah. Like next week is my bye week, and we're not playing around actual Thanksgiving either. So I wanted to get in a little festiveness in advance.
I gotta say, it's certainly a nicer hat than, and this is a real thing, the Arby's turkey pillow. But I gotta say, I don't know if I could pull it off myself. I do admire how well it looks on your head. It looks very, very nice, Erin.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got special red star edition, so lucked out on that front. Oh, and also I have gifts for you guys.
You have gifts for us?
Yeah. If you'll recall last Thanksgiving show, I brought out some mugs for you guys that had mashed potatoes, and I've done one better this time, I think.
Oh, you made a turkey for us? You didn't have to do that.
Well, it's still a side, and it's still a type of potato, sweet potato souffle with marshmallow topping here.
There better be I was going to say that if there weren't marshmallows, really, what's the point?
No. So yeah, here, Marty, you take one.
Okay, hang on. Let me grab that. Got it right here. Oh, and this cup's gonna keep it warm. Excellent work. I very much appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Oh, and of course, I have one for you too, Ross.
Oh, thanks. Here we go. Oh, okay. Yep, got that there. Cool. Great.
Nice. Yeah. So enjoy that.
Well, I don't know if right now is the time for us to start eating during the show. Although, given we just did ASMR during the show, I think a mukbang is really the next logical step for us. Anyway, Ross, if you could please bring out Red Erin's opponent here tonight.
Okay. Well, ever since Jodie Foster first found this alien from outer space and helped bring them to Earth, they've been a walking non sequitur. And here they come onto the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Bunny!
Hi everybody, I'm here. I'm gonna make first contact. Woo!
Yay!
That's the movie, right? Contact.
Yeah. Yes. Are you referring to Star Trek First Contact or just Contact?
Let's say both.
Okay, great.
There's whales in both, right?
I don't know if there's whales in either of those movies, but I mean, do you like whales?
Whales are the peacekeepers.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. What other tidbits do you have for us?
You can trust me. I'm from space.
I love it. Okay. I think that is the tagline.
Ross, I don't know about you, but absolutely no good has come in my life in conversations that lead into You can trust me, I'm from space.
I mean, I gotta be honest. Someone says you can trust me, I'm from space, and it's not Zepha Beeblebrox. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go with it anyway.
All right. Well, now that we know that Ross can be easily convinced of anything, let's go ahead and roll on into this, our opening contest, which has, of course, a 20-minute time limit. Ladies and gentlemen, the starting topics this week all come from something we've become a little too acquainted with during this time of lockdown, which will probably be extended well into the new year. We are looking at board games. So, Bunny, on the left in pink, you get to kick it off with Operation, whereas Red Erin in blue on the right gets to start with Clue. It's Operation v Clue in this, your opening contest. We're going to start it like we do all of them. Ask the artist if they're ready, and then we'll count down together. 3, 2, 1, art fight. So, Red Erin, are you ready?
Gobble, gobble, yeah!
Bunny, are you ready?
Oh my god, that's so much fun, Erin. I'm so ready to have fun with you.
Okay, I guess that's a yes. Here we go, folks at home. 3, 2, 1, art fight.
Okay, so Clue versus Operation. Yeah, two great Milton Bradley tastes that taste great together.
Is Clue a Milton Bradley game? I know Operation definitely is, but I'm not sure.
I just assume that MB is just running this entire world at this point.
Yeah, but I just saw it in chat. Clue is a Hasbro game. Hasbro is pretty much the 1A to Milton Bradley when it comes to throwing this down in the board game aisle. Now, of course, we're focusing on sort of more mainstream board games tonight. Sorry to the folks who may be hoping for Catan or something a bit more obscure. So we've got Operation and Clue to kick us off here. And we are starting off with what appears to be a giant red nipple in the top left.
Yeah, that's the nipple from Operation. You know, the guy is shirtless in the game, and that's clearly the nipple. I believe the right nipple in Operation, because the left nipple you can tweezer out, and he's into it for whatever reason. You squeeze it and he goes, but like there's an alien.
There's an alien in the nipple, Ross. I think it's actually a flying saucer.
Oh, I mean, I don't remember that being an Operation specifically, but I believe we're just getting a separate Operation here on the canvas. We're getting maybe more the Operation from Whitley Shriver's Communion there on the left-hand side of the screen. While meanwhile, on the right-hand side of the screen, I believe that's Ms. Peacock.
Yes, Ms. Peacock with the revolver on the canvas right here on the right-hand side.
Yeah. As a kid, did it strike you that the game Clue that, you know, all those rooms probably shouldn't all be the same shape and size?
I can't say that was ever a consideration I had while playing.
Like, maybe you don't want to draw it the same size as your
notice.
observatory. I'm just saying maybe there have some variation. And no bathrooms. What's up with that?
Well, let's be honest. If bathrooms are in the game, considering the standard age range of Clue players, everyone will get murdered in the bathroom.
Yep.
Oh no! And Miss Peacock is shooting the Operation Man right in the throat. Good luck reconnecting the throat at home, kids.
Yeah, bad news for that poor soul. First getting abducted, then getting shot.
Yes. Oh, and it looks like Bunny now on the right-hand side, adding the wishbone to the center of the Peacock.
You know, this is some speed logic right here. Quiz, pop quiz, hotshot. Aliens come to abduct your partner. What do you do?
Shoot the hostage.
Shoot the hostage.
Done.
Exactly. Boom. Yeah. Done.
Meanwhile, on the right, I haven't seen a Peacock mishandled this badly since NBC launched a streaming service. Boom!
Oh!
Boom!
All right, go do your victory lap, Marty. You deserve it. You just roasted a multi-million-dollar company that doesn't give a crap about you.
Yeah, of which is probably supplying internet to at least 50% of the people on this call right now.
Boom. So, as Miss Peacock apparently has a wishbone, or possibly is missing a wishbone, or possibly likes the TV show Wishbone.
Who
Meanwhile,
doesn't? I mean, that dog can do everything. Is that Madeline Kahn in the top left?
yeah, it's not even from Clue. It's just Madeline Kahn making an appearance on the canvas.
I'm amazed
Flames
it's
on
taking
the
this
side of her
long for
face.
Madeline Kahn to show up in a canvas.
All right, we are 1 minute away from the first spinning of the Wheel of Death. And Madeline Kahn, oh no, bad news. She's apparently got that classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer type nose as though she's about to be operated upon.
Breaking news with 35 seconds remaining here. I've just taken a look at the chat and been informed that producer Steve, in his day job, designed a NASCAR paint scheme for Peacock. So I would like to just mention, Peacock is the finest streaming service you can gain access to today. Netflix could suck it. Hulu could suck it. HBO Max could suck it.
Unless
Peacock
any of them want to give us a
everything.
deal.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want us to bring this show to your television.
10 seconds remaining until that first spin.
Madeline
First
Kahn
respin's
is a
available for
clown.
both.
Marty, 10% sexier?
I don't know, but we got 2, 1, and 2 brand new topics coming in. And for Bunny, we have a Wear Care Bear, whereas Red Erin gets Fart Chariot, the more historical installment of the Fart Bus franchise. Bunny, would you like a respin?
I will keep this.
All right, keeping Wear Care Bear. Red Erin, would you like Fart Chariot, or would you like to toss it away?
No, I will keep fart cherry. You always gotta say yes to the fart ones.
Yep. Got to know your
Smart
audience
move
on that
there, Red Erin. Fart Chariot versus Wear Care Bear after the first spin. Just really setting a tone for the evening. If you're just joining us, this is bout number 1 of 3. It is part of our round robin tournament here at Super Art Fight. Red Erin coming in with a record of 1 and 2. Bunny, unstoppable, 2 and 0. We've got 2 more bouts later on this evening. Ross, what do you think of this bout so far? Is this going to put Red Erin back in the winner's circle, or is Bunny going to continue her undefeated ways?
I mean, normally I'm big on Team Erin, and I think Erin has shown time and again that she's got what it takes to pull out a victory. But the online record that we've seen is not something to be ignored, and especially considering the wonderful viewers that show up week after week of this show, you got to wonder if we just don't have enough Red Erin fans in the house. And I think without I don't even know what it would be, but without a pretty big strategic turn on her part, I'm not sure what she's going to do to turn that around. Especially when we have Shoujo Gogo coming in with a very strong record. Yeah, I'm going 538 on this for some reason, just really getting into the numbers.
Yeah.
But here in the middle of the canvas, I do want to point out that we've got our Fart Chariot 13.
Yes. Appearing as a tarot card, I believe.
Yes. That if you get this card, what it means is, ironically, that you won't be gassy.
Weirdly enough, and our Wear Care Bear coming together just to the left of it. I do like that for a ferocious, deadly, yet adorable bear, it's got some lean-ass legs, Ross.
Yeah, that is looking a little more like a chupacabra than it is a Wear Care Bear at this point.
And we've got 2 minutes to the next spinning of the Wheel of Death, so I think it's time for us to check in with our man in the chat, the guy keeping an eye on everything. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Adam. Ref Adam, where are you this fine evening, sir?
Hello, Marty. Hello, Ross. Hello, chat. It is I, Ref Adam, on the seas of Baltimore's great waters, which are slowly but surely getting cleaned out by not 1, not 2, but 3 trash wheels now. Well, there's been a bunch going on in the chat, but we've seen a lot of love initially for Erin's headdress choices for the evening. We even had a court jester saying, "Yay, the Star Wars blanket is back," and I must agree. It's a solid design choice. It goes very, very well with Thanksgiving, as there is nothing I'm thankful for more than actual Star Wars content that doesn't suck. Thank you, Mandalorian. So I will be in chat. Make sure you guys keep it up. Keep those emotes rolling. And back to you over there in the studio.
Thank you, Ref Adam. And Ross, that reminds me, with a minute to go, I've got a little bit of time to dig into this. Have you seen this week's episode of The Mandalorian? Ross, you with me there, bud? Ross.
Oh, yep. Sorry.
Yeah.
I had put myself on mute, and
it's okay.
you missed everything.
No.
Yeah, I was just saying how much I really appreciated this week's episode of The Mandalorian. It was a great episode. I loved it.
You know what? I'm right there with you, my friend. This week's episode was fantastic. It had a little bit of everything. It had Clone Wars. We're back to the wheel, ladies and gentlemen, with just 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Let's spin that wheel.
If I can give some quick meta commentary, that bit gets
No, you
better.
can't. I got to give these topics out. Bunny has what not to wear, and Red Erin gets murder Bunny times 15. I don't know if that means we're going to murder Bunny or not. Bunny, what not to wear? Would you like to keep that, or would you like a respin?
I would like a respin.
All right. Taking the respin there. Red Erin, murder Bunny times 15, or would you like to toss it away?
I'm already drawing it.
Okay, running with the murder bunnies. So Bunny now has what Bilbo Baggins hates instead of what not to wear.
Now, just before we spun the wheel, we did get a fair amount of things on the canvas that we haven't called out just yet. Over there on the left-hand side, Battling Khan has been turned into a bunny rabbit. That was done a little bit, I would say, by both artists. While meanwhile, our Were Care Bear also being turned into a bunny now by Bunny. Also, our Fart Chariot tarot card, again, more bunnies. But down below, we have our Fart Chariot done by, I would say, kind of a mixture of the two. Though Red Erin obviously drew the chariot and the farting. And of course, Ms. Peacock has been stabbed in the back by Bunny. And we have a bloody boot over there on the left-hand side.
No, that is a muddy boot, because that's what Bilbo Baggins hates.
Oh, right, muddy boots.
He hates muddy boots. Well, I'd imagine he hates all footwear, but specifically muddy ones.
Funny.
Oh, and within that is a murderous bunny being drawn very quickly from the pen of Red Erin. We've got to get a lot of bunnies on this canvas within the next about 3 minutes. So we'll
let's
see.
see.
If that
We've
comes
got
together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 so far.
You can only count the blue ones because that's the pen of Red Erin. So
Okay, never mind. Let me scratch that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting 4 then.
11
but she's now
to
going
go.
over the other bunnies. So I gotta count that up to 6.
Red Erin working it out there, and I just saw Pure Cut LMAO in the chat throwing out that is a 1 bunny every 20-second average.
Okay, we're now. I'm legally obligated to point out that we're basically up to 7 at this point, counting our dragon bunny over there on the right.
It was Smaug. Now it's a bunny.
Yep. Smaug the bunny, which is coming soon.
Still
to
voiced
PBS.
by Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes, still voiced, but now they've just got some guinea pig sounds just stuck in the middle, just like that, that kind of thing.
Into it. Very into it. I imagine
I have no idea
entire-
what sounds actual bunnies make. I can go by the Cadbury egg commercials, but that's really my only reference point.
That's exactly what they sound like. The Cadbury egg commercials are the most true to life translation of rabbit to recorded sound found thus far in this fragile human realm.
Okay, I think we're up to 10 bunnies right now. 10 bunnies from the pen of Red Erin, drawing her topic of murder bunnies.
And we
of
invite you
course-
at home, for every single bunny drawn on the canvas, we want you to donate to a good cause.
Yes, that's right. Please donate to a good cause. I'm gonna go with I don't know, given all the bunnies on the canvas, maybe I don't know, some sort of animal rights group.
Ross really digging into his convictions for that one. I very much appreciate it. We've got
I
less
was like
than a minute.
ASPCA. I don't know. I've heard mixed thing. I don't know. I haven't really researched this. I don't want to like
we
discover
do
they're
have-
secretly terrible.
We do have in the lower right now, by the way, the Cadbury Lion Bunny, which is another favorite of mine from that ad. The only bummer about seeing that ad, I get very excited every Easter season when it does pop up, is the realization that they're all dead. That's a definite bummer. We've got 23 seconds until the next spinning of the Wheel of Death, which is the last spinning. This match is just zoomed by, Ross. Red Erin still has a respin in the chamber. Bunny used hers on what not to wear and got what Bilbo Baggins hates.
And we have our answer: muddy boots, as we all
4,
know.
3, 2, and 1. Let's spin the wheel. Final spin of the bout. Bunny, you get cats. All caps. So either it's very excited or they mean the musical. And Red Erin, you have currently underwhelming superheroes. Do you want to keep that or spin the Wheel of Death once more? Get your respin.
I think I'll respin.
Taking the respin, tossing away underwhelming superheroes. And we've got Dairy Delights.
Okay.
Underwhelming superheroes not working out tonight for Red Erin, taking Dairy Delights. Ross, what is your favorite Dairy Delight?
My favorite Dairy Delight. Oh man. I mean, ice cream? Do I need to be more specific than that? Do I need to pick an ice cream flavor?
You know what? Yes, you do.
All right.
Let's put you on the spot.
Cinnamon ice cream. Absolute favorite. Cinnamon ice cream. Hard to find. Super delicious every time.
And breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, we have 15 bunnies on the canvas, not including our bunny drawing on the canvas.
How about you, Marty? Dairy Delight.
A big, tall glass of milk. Room temp.
Ugh. What happened there? Who hurt you?
Look, man, I like to just drift off into dreamland after I enjoy a nice, tall glass of whole milk. It's been left on the counter.
All right, we're getting garfs all over this canvas from the pen of Bunny. Bunny, for whatever reason, has a known love of Garfield. I believe it dates back to one of the first broadcasts that was ever received by her planet. For whatever reason, was Garfield and Friends, and
Yes.
so she's just fixated on that, and just has decided to just go with it at this point. For a long time, we did have to explain to Bunny that Garfield was not a real person, did not rule the world, and that we did not live in a Garfield-like society.
And I would like to just say, for the record, ladies and gentlemen, RIP Garfield Eats. Garfield Eats had to close its doors this week. The finest Garfield-themed restaurant on the planet. I always dreamed of traveling to Toronto and having some shit-ass pizza in a Garfield-themed restaurant, but not
Good
gonna
news, you can
happen.
still get the frozen lasagna from Garfield Eats.
No,
whenever
you
you
can't.
want.
You have to live inside of Ontario. I looked it up and I'm really angry about it.
Okay, well, don't you have a spaceship? Couldn't you go there?
It's illegal to go to Canada. It's legal to go to Earth.
I'm learning
Okay.
a lot about the politics of space today. Politics of Space, by the way, was a great 80s new wave album.
Isn't that the long-awaited album by the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
No, it's not about California.
Oh, whoops.
1 minute 40 seconds
was I
to go
thinking
in your
of?
opening contest.
It's not worth ever learning about. So lots of Garfield here on the
Did you
canvas.
just wait? Did you just go on the topic of Red Hot Chili Peppers? Wait, it's not worth learning about. That is for some reason Rock and Roll Hall of Famers.
I was
Red Hot
thinking
Chili
of
Peppers.
I was thinking of Guns N' Roses' Chinese Democracy for whatever reason. Just got the band wrong.
The only album to ever give me a Dr. Pepper for free. Bless that album. 1 minute remaining in this, your first contest of 3. Red Erin coming in 1 and 2. Bunny undefeated so far in this round robin tournament. Will Red Erin get back on her winning ways, or will Bunny continue to be unstoppable? The choice will be yours, chat, in just about 40 seconds.
So I'm seeing bunnies everywhere on this canvas, Marty.
And a lot of Garfields.
A lot of
metric
Garfields.
ton of Garfields.
Madeline Kahn has never looked more attractive, Marty.
I didn't know you had a thing for clowns.
I do when they're Madeline Kahn.
Yeah.
I could
again,
clown around with some Madeline Clown. I'm just saying.
You're down with the Madeline Clown. I understand.
Yeah,
and also
that's
to
right.
the juggalos watching at home, whoop, whoop. 10 seconds remaining in this opening bout. Let's count out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Caps on markers. That's an art fight, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent work by both competitors. Really went to the wire. We've got Muddy Boots. We've got Garfield's akimbo. We've got bunnies everywhere. We've got a damn fart patriot. Add that
Fart
to the next one.
Patriot. Yes. Fart
Fart
Patriot, as everybody
chariots.
knows, is kind of an
Fart-
Iron Man sidekick.
Fart Patriot was the original name for Fox News. They thought Fox News was a bit snappier.
Fart Patriot
Anyway.
is now what I'm going to call Fox News from now on.
Anyway, the vote is in the chat right now. Please pick a victor, and in the meantime, we will chat with the competitors. I'm going to start with Bunny. Bunny, hell of a round. You ended up tossing away what not to wear and got what Bilbo Baggins hates. Easy for me to say. Any reason in particular you didn't care for what not to wear?
Because the show is mean to people who like to express themselves.
Not a fan of the reality show of the same name. And I got to ask, how did you learn so much about Bilbo Baggins?
Radio broadcasts of the show in space, and then also we got Peter Jackson's films, which was weird.
Yeah, they were weird. There certainly didn't need to be 3 of them, let alone also extended versions of 3 of them. But Bunny, you're coming into this with a 2-0 record. I hope your winning ways continue. But on the other side of the canvas was Red Erin, and joining Red Erin at this time is my friend Ross. Ross, take it away.
Red Erin, you came into this with a losing record. Now's your chance to turn around and tie things up and move up those standings. Do you think this bout you brought in what you needed to make it happen?
Well, I definitely gave it my best effort. I didn't realize how stressful something bunny times 15 is. But I'm really, really proud of the fact that I was able to get them all in, even during, I think, that time slot. So,
yeah, and let me ask you this. With your love of turkey, you wanted to get in the turkey references before Thanksgiving. Best Thanksgiving side, go.
Oh, for me, it's absolutely stuffing, dressing, whatever you prefer, if you like it inside the bird or not. But yes, that's mine, hands down.
All right. Thank you very much, Red Erin. So happy to have you both here. I believe do we have a winner?
Still just a few seconds of voting
Oh,
remaining.
a few seconds left. My apologies. So I'll ask this, Red Erin, best dessert on Thanksgiving. What do you go with?
Closest to my heart is apple pie. I'm the one that's asked to make the apple pie for Thanksgiving every year. And I can't resist a good one. So.
And we'll be sharing that recipe in the weeks to come. Thank you so much, Red Erin. Thank you so much to both of our artists for an amazing show. I believe we have a winner now.
Yes.
So producer Steve, whenever you're ready.
Red Erin! Red Erin takes the victory. She moves to 2-2, while Bunny drops down to 2-1. Hell of a momentous moment for Red Erin. Really needed that clutch win here tonight. Red Erin, what's going through your head right now, knowing that you're back on the winning side of history?
Well, of course, that's terribly exciting, and I'm very, very happy. And I would like to give my thanks.
And while you give your thanks, would you also like to give your plugs?
Absolutely. It's where you can find my art every week. And then also on Thursdays where you can find my D&D. It's twitch.tv/superartfight. Check it.
And Erin, can you just make that catchphrase face one more time?
This one?
Thank you. Screenshotted. Very helpful.
God.
Nice. Noise. Well done.
Nice.
As much as it was a victory for Red Erin, it was unfortunately a loss for Bunny. Ross, how is our Bunny doing with the loss?
Bunny, how are you doing with the loss?
It's okay.
Oh, okay. Great. Bunny, are you going to be celebrating Thanksgiving this year?
Yeah, I am. I got a whole tub of Cool Whip.
Okay, what are you going to do with the tub of Cool Whip?
Eat it. With a spoon.
That sounds great.
Like this.
Yeah.
It's in the freezer right now. I like it frozen.
Yeah, do you have a favorite side?
Legit, Bunny, you've just redefined what my Thanksgiving's going to be this year.
Well, I'm happy for you.
Okay, Bunny, anything you want to plug before we go over to the next match?
Yes, you can find me on the internet on Twitter and Instagram at Owlyan, which is Owl, YYN. Thank you.
Thank you, Bunny. I constantly wonder if I really know how to have a conversation after I talk to you every time. And I truly enjoy talking to you, even though it is weird.
You're welcome.
All right, Marty. That was fun. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm thankful for my mute button here. If I'm totally honest. Anyway, that was a hell of an opening bout. Red Erin getting the big victory, which she needed here this evening. We've got an excellent non-tournament match coming up in just a moment. But before that, we want to tell you about some of the cool things you can do to support us here at Super Art Fight. So if you head to superartfight.com, that's of course the home of all things Super Art Fight. It's a great way to keep an eye on everything we are doing. You can, of course, follow or subscribe to this very channel. We recently actually just got another payment, and we continue to be flattered by your continued support. But the best way to directly support us, actually the best two ways to directly support us, you can go to Etsy and pick up some Super Art Fight merch, whether it's for Super Art Fight in general, or our card game, or our amazing shirts that we have designed for pretty much every single artist. You can go ahead and pick those up at Etsy. Or if you go to our Patreon, patreon.com/superartfight. It just got posted in the chat. You get regular behind the scenes videos, including pre-show recordings where you get to find out the weird and bizarre things we chat about before these shows, and also Super Art Fantasy. But beyond that, you also get to be a part of our Discord. We really love connecting with you guys in the chat every single Saturday night. We'd love to talk with you more during the week. Also, let's just be honest, we know we want to dedicate more of our time to it and start getting some fun conversations going. So please feel free, join the Patreon, join us in Discord, join the fun, get to know your fellow Super Art Fight fans, and even us behind the scenes at Super Art Fight. We would really love to have a good chat with you, because right now we can't go out and see you in person, but hey, maybe we'll be able to do that sometime next year. We will find out. Anyway, folks, we've got a really, really awesome match coming at you right here, right now. It is non-tournament action, and for one artist in particular, it's been a bit since we've seen them on the canvas, and I'm very excited and delighted to have them on the canvas. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them out first. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is not only a Super Art Fight artist, he is probably the biggest fan of Super Art Fight this side of the Los. This man is one of the biggest, most joyful human beings you'll ever know. And I say that because he doesn't just have a big personality, he's also kind of a giant. He is the Fighting Fanboy, Mike Donahue. Mike!
People. Oh my God, people. I haven't seen people in months. Is the virus over? Did aliens invade? I saw an alien on here.
We do have access to aliens. We still have the virus, unfortunately. And
I can work with that.
But hey, you do get to see us in little video triangle or rectangle, so you got that going for you. Mike Donahue, how are you doing here this evening, my friend?
I mean, just trying to keep my sanity during quarantine. Just talking to no one really.
Awesome, going great. I can tell.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Well, I'm glad we got to give you some human interaction here this evening, because you've got quite the challenge ahead of you. Ross, who is Mike D facing tonight?
All right, coming out onto the stage, you've seen him a few times here online in various formats. He's been holed up at home, but that has only turned a going out and drinking problem into a staying home and drinking problem. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Two Drink Alex.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, huh? Hi, it's me, Two Drink Alex, as you just heard. Staying home and drinking, it can be a problem, but make sure you do it responsibly.
All right, and Two Drink Alex, if I gotta say, sweet mustache, sir.
Oh, thank you. I learned it from the best.
All right, and you're doing it well. You're doing it well, and I respect you for it. So Two Drink Alex, what's your drink of choice these days?
It's something something that's not going to get me, super hammered. I do, want to keep my wits about me, because you never know. You never know when you're going to get to go outside again. You're never going to know when they're going to say it's safe to go outside and then drink elsewhere. Right now I'm drinking this is from Atlas. It's a blood orange goza.
A Goza the Gozerian?
That's right, Goza the Gozerian. He may be the gatekeeper, but I am the key master, because I have the wine key to open a bottle of wine that isn't this can.
Good one. I like it. All right, let's go over the canvas and get this thing rolling.
The can.
Please God, let's go to the canvas. Producer Steve. Oh God, we're so low. There we go. All right, we continue on with classical board games, or in this case, games you can play at home, much like Cute Animals on Fire, the Super Art Fight card game, which you could play remotely with friends. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Especially with the holiday season coming up. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Anyway, Mike Donahue, the Fighting Fanboy, your starting topic is chess. So we'll have to see if you figured out enough from the Queen's Gambit to throw out onto the canvas here tonight. And to drink, Alex, you get cards. So pick a card, any card, and make it work here on the canvas. 20 minutes again on the clock. We're going to start this like we start all of them. Mike Donahue, are you ready?
Yes.
Tremendous. To drink, Alex, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Here we go.
Good timing.
3, 2, 1. Art fight.
All right, chess versus cards. If there's been a game invented that combines the two, I definitely am not familiar with it. But I think our artist might be inventing it here tonight. So in green, we're starting off strong. We've got the Fighting Fanboy Mike Donahue. We've got pawns thrown on the canvas, fittingly in front, making the first move. I believe that's checkmate, Marty.
It might be. So for those who have been following Super Art Fight for a very long time, you probably know this. But for the new folks at home, I don't know how chess works. I still don't. At this point, I've just accepted it as a character flaw.
I cannot wait to just keep telling you chess things from this round are real. So let's see how this plays out. So now we've got the Fighting Fanboy drawing in what I believe to be a chess gun, as you can tell because it is shooting the pawns out at it. Now, chess guns, Marty, also real.
I had no doubt. I was kind of surprised that no chess guns made an appearance in the aforementioned Queen's Gambit, but I just thought maybe they hadn't been invented yet at the time. And then over on the left-hand side, Ross, is that Huggy Bear? It appears to be Huggy Bear.
It very well might be Huggy Bear. What that has to do with anything at all, I'm really not sure. But as Huggy Bear makes his way out of the canvas, or honestly, Bob Hoskins is one of the Mario brothers. I could buy that too. It's, this is a great example of let's just ask the artist. To drink, Alex. Oh no, is that Dom DeLuise?
You're very close.
Oh, it's that chef that looks like Dom DeLuise.
Paul Perdeau.
Paul Perdeau.
Why are you drawing the Cajun chef?
Because there's more. Hold on. Just you wait.
All right, this is one of those times where, as a joke comes together, we have no clue what's happening. But I just want to point out that for the topic cards, we've got the Cajun chef Paul Perdeau, aka that chef that looks like Dom DeLuise, aka Dom DeLuise is a big guy with a beard that I kind of remember.
And we've
Paul
got
Perdeau,
Bishop on. Here's
now
a
being
reference
drawn
I
as
know.
Gambit.
Here's a reference I know. It's Bishop over on the right-hand side. Oh, and yes,
It's Bishop versus Gambit.
Paul Prudhomme as Gambit. So we're having
I'm
an
assuming
excellent
the logic
throwdown.
went something like this. I'm drawing Gambit. Gambit's Cajun. I need a Cajun person. Who's Cajun? I know Paul Prudhomme, that chef guy.
That's right. You got it.
All right.
You got it, Ross.
Okay, that is what we call an A to C.
Beloved TikTok icon Paul Prudhomme.
Wait, what?
No. I'm
Isn't he
just trying
dead?
to make it. I'm just trying to make a point about how absolutely scraping the bottom of the reference barrel we are right now.
We are. I take no credit for this. What always baffled me about Gambit's costume is he's got on this entire bodysuit, and then is like, no, you know what this needs? A trench coat.
Because he's cool, Ross. That's also why he smokes.
I just never understood, if he's wearing the trench coat, why not wear something more comfortable under it? If he really cares about the bodysuit, just wear the bodysuit. It just seemed like he couldn't make up his mind, got dressed in a hurry kind of situation.
1 minute to the first spinning of the Wheel of Death, where we will thankfully avoid. Well, I was going to say we're going to avoid more Paul Prudhomme talk, but He is a
No, I
rather
can't
large
guarantee
part of the
that.
canvas.
I'm sorry, I cannot guarantee that.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank
God.
you. I was
You're
weird.
welcome. You're welcome. I'm here for you. Meanwhile, we got Gambit over there on the right hand, or sorry, Bishop over there on the right hand side.
And it's an adorable little bishop.
It is.
Little
That
baby
is
bishop.
That is a bishop to queen 4 right there.
What?
See, in chess.
No,
you
I know
can-
that part, but
Yeah.
very weird. 15 seconds until. the
If you
first
played
spinning
chess,
of the
Marty,
wheel
you'd
done.
think that was hilarious.
Would I? Would I?
Yes.
Chat. Let me
And
know
you
if it's
cannot
actually
prove
funny.
otherwise.
5,
So-
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's spin that wheel. 2 brand new topics coming in again. SuperHardFight.com if you want to submit your own. The Fighting Fanboy gets fast food. Lots of F's there. While Two Drink Alex gets JoJo's average adventure. Fighting Fanboy, Mike Donahue, would you like to keep fast food or toss it away?
Take fast food.
Taking fast food. Two Drink Alex, JoJo's average adventure or something else?
I will keep it.
All right. No respins in this, the first spin of the wheel. 2 more spins to come at the 10-minute and 5-minute marks. JoJo's average adventure. But, there's also a new poll. But was it hilarious? Yes, Marty Doug. No, what the hell, Ross? And we are split in the chat as well. Oh, and apparently we have a Cajun member of the people watching at home.
Okay, so then I apologize for all of the things I'm going to say in this round. So as our seasoning magic comes together on the left-hand side, we have what... Oh, we've got Rogue coming in and absorbing Paul Prudhomme's powers, which, you know, if you think about it, is that going to be the like ability of Gambit to take things and make them like, you know, all energy, kinetic, whatever?
No. She's just gonna be really good at Cajun cooking and being one of the squares on Hollywood Squares.
Yeah, she's gonna go home, suddenly just put on Dr. John, and then just rock out while seasoning a duck.
And it looks like Two Drink Alex did the needful, came over on the left-hand side, and gave Bishop his appropriate mullet over there on the left. That's my Bishop. That's my Bishop.
Mine too.
And JoJo now coming together over there on the right. A rather average JoJo. Normally
that's just
I
Joseph.
praise the artwork of Two Drink Alex. Tonight, kind of average.
Wow. You're an asshole.
Well, it's average by design.
Bad
Here
news
comes the
for
fist.
Joseph. He's about to get punched in the face by, we'll find out in a minute.
I believe that is Mayor McCheese.
Yeah, I do believe it's an angry, roided up Mayor McCheese. He's, you know, he's fallen upon tough times ever since he had to give up the mayorship.
Yeah,
due
he
to
got
that
embroiled
cocaine
in
scandal.
He got embroiled in the scandal.
I would say
found-
charbroiled in that scandal.
He was smoking crack on tape.
I mean, to be fair, he was a smoked meat in the first place.
With 12 minutes remaining in this bout, I think now is a great time to pull up and invite our friend Ref Adam back into the mix here. Ref Adam, how are you
Yeah,
doing,
how are
sir?
things on the luminosity?
Hello, Marty, Ross, Twitch chat. Things on the luminosity are bumping as usual, going through the choppy waters of the Baltimore City Harbor, dodging trash, bodies, and other random paraphernalia that has been tossed into the harbor, only to be scooped up by our beloved trash wheels. So we have some goings-ons in the chat. I saw that earlier. To the line was asking, aren't those pawns backwards? It feels like they are going against the aerodynamics of the gun that is shooting it. Wouldn't that slow down the lethality of said pawns? It's a very astute observation. Marty, as you do not play chess, I'm not sure if it would register with you, but Ross, you should be able to help him out with that. Until then, I have been and will be Ref Adam on the seas. See you guys later.
TTFN Ref Adam, a pleasure as always. And it looks like at some point Mayor McCheese became one with the Speed Force, as I see over there on the right-hand side of the canvas. Also, Jojo now getting some very Jojo now getting some very fancy headgear.
Yeah, what is he holding there? What is Jojo holding? I believe it says store brand mayonnaise.
Yes.
Can't get much more average than that.
Yeah, it's not even particularly good mayonnaise. It's just store brand. And we are
about to spin the wheel once again. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's spin that wheel. 2 brand new topics coming in from the Wheel of Death. Respins and play for both artists. Mike Donahue, the Fighting Fanboy, gets Thanks Killing. And 2 Drink Alex gets your opponent as a Muppet. Mike Donahue, keep it or respin?
I will keep it.
2 Drink Alex, gonna Muppet it or respin?
Keep it.
Okay.
So as Mike Donahue just draws people getting together in poor ventilation, meanwhile, 2 Drink Alex is working on his opponent as a Muppet. So all the way on the left-hand side, we've got the Fighting Fanboy drawing his version of Thanks Killing. Already we've got what I believe to be Frankenstein, but with turkey.
Frankenstein was the name of the doctor, not the monster, Ross.
Well, now it's the name of the turkey, not the person.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, in the middle of the canvas, we have what I believe to be Fozzie Bear and Mike Donahue having a baby.
Yeah. This is really what it would look like if Janice from the Muppets were a dude Muppet.
It looks like Sammy Hagar is a Muppet.
We found it. We found the Muppet that cannot drive 55.
Yeah, I wish I really could think of a Sammy Hagar catchphrase to say right now.
Cabo Wabo, Ross. Cabo Wabo. And that's also very close to Robble Robble, which we can thank the Hamburglar for. Though he was a career criminal, and when he got the death penalty, we all saw it coming.
Now, I would like to point out that 2 Drink Alex did mark the gun of Bishop as a Nerf gun.
Yes, he nerfed it, literally.
He literally nerfed it. Yeah, got to give credit where it's due on that one. And as his opponent as a Muppet is now flying through the air, Marty, which I realize is Mike Donahue as a Muppet flying, wearing his kind of what we know him for signature Superman shirt. But I can't help but see Super Sammy Hagar.
Yeah. The old SSH, Super Sammy Hagar, being tossed into the sky. And you can't see it because it's just off canvas, but we are tossing this Muppet in the way that it was done in the 1970s by having British Union staff just chuck a puppet into the sky.
Wow. All right. I mean, that's so specific. So here on the canvas, our Thanks Killing coming together on the left-hand side as now Franken whatever is now part Pilgrim.
Well, part Pilgrim, all Pilgrim. He may be made up of pieces of Pilgrim.
Yeah. Well, he is part Pilgrim at the very least.
And of course, that was the lead single off of The Cure's Thanksgiving-themed holiday album.
Okay. So we have just over 1 minute and 40 seconds until our final spinning of the Wheel of Death. Still anyone's game here. And as we mentioned, this match is not part of our round robin tournament. So it is really anyone's game. Though this is the Fighting Fanboy Mike Donahue's first online match with us. So second online match with us.
He joined us during the never-ending off season, sir.
The last 8 months are a blur, and nothing happened or everything happened, and I would believe both. So as Mike Donahue is a Muppet, Muppet Donahue makes his way out of the canvas there in the middle. On the left-hand side, we're getting... Marty, is that yet another Mayor McCheese getting drawn into the head of Thanks Killing?
This would be the actual Mayor McCheese being drawn over there on the left-hand side. It appeared to be a member of the McCheese family who gained the Speed Force on the right, but on the left, the turkey monster is being turned into Mayor McCheese. Not the first time something from McDonald's has been a meat-based monster, but certainly one of the more visually effective ones.
Also, not the first time that some form of meat from McDonald's got mistaken for another form of meat from McDonald's.
Very true, and that's why the McNuggets have their trademark shapes. We've got 15 seconds to the final spin of the Wheel of Death. No respins used thus far. Both competitors can use them. We're going to count it down for that final spin. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's spin that wheel. Mike Donahue, 2-drink Alex. Let's see what they get. Mike Donahue
Respin.
gets deviled food and asks immediately for the respin. 2-drink Alex,
Wasting
the Wheel
no
of
time.
Death personified.
No, respin that, please.
Respinning both of them.
Double respin.
We're getting sexy cryptids for Fighting Fanboy and Baby Yoda's favorite food for 2-drink Alex, which, as we all learned recently during the new season of The Mandalorian, Baby Yoda's favorite food is clearly...
And once again, Marty's doing that bit where he mutes himself.
We on? Okay, we're on. Cool.
Sorry, I was legally obligated from producer Steve to tell everybody about that. Now, the bottom half of Mike Donahue being drawn by Mike Donahue, I would like to point out.
Yeah,
Now
give himself
featuring-
some excellent games.
Yeah, some sweet, sweet gams.
Ross, I just want to call. I don't typically call out chat comments, but I want to call out this one from Slash Gallagher in the chat, saying that all cryptids are sexy if you're not a coward.
Yeah.
Not
All
wrong.
right. Cool. Not wrong. Now, I'm picking up. Okay, like I'm accepting that that that's our sexy element, but cryptid. What is making this into a cryptid? Now, I would argue that the exact definition of cryptid is a little bit amorphous, considering it is kind of a pseudo-scientific term.
Ross,
But,
I know
I
it's been
mean-
a long time since we've been people, but I'm pretty sure, and I've never really asked him about it. Now might be the time. I'm pretty sure Mike Donahue is part Sasquatch. See, he's just proving my point. Many times I've just taken photos of him as he walks away into the woods, and it's made me a lot of money.
Every time I try and take a photo of Mike Donahue, no matter what range or lighting, it comes out blurry.
Interesting. 2-drink Alex getting Baby Yoda's favorite food as we are seeing the eggs tossed into the air. Because
He's using the force.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's using the force to bring them to his face.
Meanwhile, in the bottom right-hand corner, we're getting another sexy cryptid. This time, it is the Loch Ness Monster in lingerie.
Yes. No finer burlesque performer in the sea than the Loch Ness Monster.
I have nothing else to add to that. So,
2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes remaining. Now, I believe in the middle of the canvas, our Muppet Donahue is also starting to look a little more like Gambit. He's got a bit of a jacket, and he's just kind of throwing cards around. And you know what? I could see Gambit wearing high heels and fishnets. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
Gambit is the one who runs the Xavier's Mansion midnight showings of Rocky Horror Picture Show. So that makes sense.
Listen, Gambit's not named that for his love of cards. He's named that for his love of sweet gams. Okay? That's what we're seeing here.
He only has a little
He's
bit of love.
Gamsbit.
He only has a little bit of love for nice legs.
Only a little?
Yeah. He's got a Gambit.
Got it.
1 minute, 8 seconds to go in bout number 2 of 3 here. 2-drink Alex and the Fighting Fanboy Mike Donahue both have absolutely killed the canvas here. We'll have to see if anyone has that big moment that pops up. I gotta say, looking at it through my eyes, seen pretty much every single art fight to date. This is one of the more even throwdowns we've had, Ross. So best of luck to you in the chat voting at home.
Yeah, so we're getting now cards all over the canvas, Marty. I think Two Drink Alex is trying to bring the end of Microsoft Solitaire onto the
Bingo!
canvas.
Yes.
He is pulling it across with 23 seconds to go.
He's just writing a bunch of threes on a card.
Yes, he is. 15
He
seconds
wrote more
remaining.
than 3.
Yeah, he wrote 4 threes. 10 seconds to go. He's holding down that mouse key so you get the slow-mo version of the bounce. 3, 2, and 1. Caps on markers. That's an art fight. A hell of a last-second move there from Two Drink Alex. But will it be enough to get the victory? We will find out in just a few moments. We're going to go ahead and get that pull up, and there it is. And I'd like to talk to Two Drink Alex. Two Drink Alex, how many rounds of Solitaire would you say you have played on Windows platforms over the years?
It stopped after a while. I quit when using Windows and I switched to Macs like 15 years ago. But I recall having fond memories as a kid playing Solitaire and not knowing how to play, and then watching those cards go all over the place.
So how many rounds of Ski Free did you play on the Mac then?
Oh, I don't much care for card games.
Back to you, Marty.
Thank you. I will say that to me is the real bummer of the modern day Macs. I can't think of any built-in games on it.
I would like to point out that you did miss that Baby Yoda was stealing Kermit the Frog's eggs.
I was going to ask you about that because that is an excellent pull. Pulling out of Kermit's eggs here. Definitely cutting to the core of what pissed off the internet about last week's episode of The Mandalorian, as Baby Yoda proved himself a excellent little monster when it comes to genocide. How do you feel about that, Two Drink?
I mean, as long as it pissed off PETA, I think I'm okay.
Two Drink Alex, anti-PETA. Probably a great time to pull up before he yells at any other multi-international organizations. And I'm going to toss it over to our dear friend Ross Nover and the Fighting Fanboy Mike Donahue. Ross!
All right, Fighting Fanboy, it's been a little while since you had a match here on the canvas. You held your own. What are you proudest of?
I think remembering most of Gambit's or Bishop's outfit, minus the mullet.
Yeah, I mean, pretty good. You got the handkerchief. That's key. You got a sweet gun. That's important. The X belt, also important.
Little
Boots of some kind. Yeah. The only thing I'd say you're missing really is a robot arm, and then
That's cable.
no, wait, actually, yeah. I wasn't thinking of Cable. I was thinking of someone else. Anyway, but the one thing I'd say you're missing is some pouches on there.
There's only so much room on the canvas.
That's true. Now, you drew a lot of sexy cryptids. You were able to turn a lot of other things into sexy cryptids, including Kermit the Frog. Which one do you feel like really hit that home for you?
I mean, it's kind of hard to go wrong with sexy cryptid Muppet Sammy Hagar me. Although I would have just gone with Sweetums, the giant, hairy, tall, freakishly tall Muppet, if you were going to draw me as a Muppet. But I turned that sexy, so
All right. Well done to you. I believe we have our winner. So, producer Steve, if you will.
Whoa!
The Fighting Fanboy taking home the victory.
I think that's the first time we've heard someone's legit reaction to the win here. Mike Donahue making only his second appearance on the Twitch stream here with a very impressive victory. The votes, they were tight. Mike Donahue, anything you'd like to say to the fine folks watching at home who voted you as the victor here tonight?
Thank you. It was okay, cool. Glad you liked it.
Anything you would like to plug before we let you leave for the evening, sir?
You can watch me just slowly descend into madness, drawing upwards of 300 pro wrestlers in a single picture on my Twitter at Barely Sushi. And that's all I got to plug.
All right, tremendous. Thank you, Mike. Congratulations once again. And we will see you real soon here on the Art Fight Canvas. Meanwhile, your opponent, Two Drink Alex, he's standing by with my friend Ross.
Okay, Two Drink Alex, you had a close match. It was neck and neck in the voting. It was felt neck and neck the whole time. How do you feel the bout went for you?
I think it went all right. Still trying to get adjusted to my setup, but I thought it was really fun, and thank you, Mike, for a wonderful evening.
Okay, and let me ask you, you got a chance to draw in some Star Wars references.
Good.
I know you're a big Star Wars fan.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the new Mandalorian, just in general, not any particular episode?
It's great. It's awesome. It takes me back to being in a comic book store and reading new expanded universe stuff. It's my favorite thing that they've done with Star Wars since the original trilogy. And I'm not even telling tales out of school. I'm being super sincere about this.
Are you tearing up at this? You seem like you're tearing up a little bit.
I'm so sad and happy. It's very good. Also, everybody should watch Clone Wars. It's required reading at this point.
Are you tearing up about Clone Wars too?
It's very good.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for joining. And do you have anything to plug?
I do. Please listen to the One Piece podcast every week. And if you want to shoot us some money, we have a Patreon account, and there is a exclusive podcast that I do with my buddy Steve Yurko called Forced to Watch 4 Kids, where we watch every single episode of the 4 Kids dub of One Piece. So enjoy that.
How far into the 4 Kids dub of One Piece are you?
We're about to record the first appearance of Sanji, who is yeah.
So approximately how many episodes in would you say that is?
Like 20.
Okay,
and
cool.
And out of like 150, I think.
And if someone has not watched One Piece, should they start with the 4 Kids version?
No, watch One Piece on Netflix. The first like 125 episodes are on there, both dub and Japanese with subtitles. So yeah, watch One Piece. It's really good. Or better yet, read it on the Shonen Jump app. It's only $2.99 a month for the entire catalog, and the first the last 3 weeks of every new issue of One Piece is free. So.
All right, well put. Thank you so much, Two Drink Alex. Thank you so much for joining. Another fun bout in the can. Marty?
Yeah, Ross.
What was your favorite part of that bout?
I mean, having to try to figure out how to explain to a 2020 audience who Paul Prudhomme is equal parts good and bad.
Yeah, trying to remember who Paul Prudhomme's name was pretty much hurt. I think I stretched something trying to remember that.
And also, I think I've gotten a general message from you, our producer, and the chat that I need to stop talking about The Mandalorian because my microphone just stops working. So, I won't dig into that anymore. But nevertheless, we are about to land on our third and final match of the evening, another bout that is a part of the round robin tournament. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and tell you about next week's bouts. Producer Steve, do we have the graphics ready for that, sir? Okay. Coming right on up. We'll tell you about next week's show. Week number 5 here, a part of the online season. We're going to have Shoujo a go-go going one-on-one with Bunny. Waiting for that next graphic to pop up. There we go. Stevie Speed and Baron Von Sexyful will collide. Former tag team partners battling it out as a part of the round robin tournament. Sure to be an incredible match. And in non-tournament action, the Charm City Shinobi returns to face Rave Royale. It's going to be an incredible night of super art fight action. So, of course, please join us next Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on Twitch. If you haven't already, give us a follow. It'll let you know right when we go live. We'll see you next Saturday night with an incredible, very, very awesome show. It is the last night of tournament action before the finals, which will be taking place the first weekend of December. More on that next week. Stick around for all the good times. Now let's move on to our main event of the evening. All right, Ross, we continue on in this round robin tournament, and I can't believe I can't believe I'm going to say this. A man with no wins whatsoever under his belt if he wore one. And believe me, there are days where I wish he wore one. With the tightest pants in the business, and not just because of the quarantine 15, he is typically unstoppable, but seems to be stoppable here. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Baron Von Sexyful.
Hello, Marty. Hello, Rossi Poo. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
You seem very low energy.
It's not so happy today. It's not my best day.
Yeah, where are you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, so some things are very nice. You know, I at the Bracco house, I'm out of the shed, and I got them to get their daughter to go and sleep in the shed so I could have her room. And I've got my decorators, and they've done a nice job. My bedroom, yeah. You know, I'm also very happy about my perfect record. You keep saying I'm 0-2. I prefer to think of myself as ooh la la and 2. And I even after the show have the tub filled with 40 gallons of pink jello just waiting for me to bathe. But you know, I'm just a little bit down in the dumps.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're down in the dumps. This is certainly not what we have come to know from Baron Von Sexyful. Since you've arrived on the scene, you've been one of the more dominant members of the roster. I got to ask you, is there anything that you're going to try to do in this match to turn the momentum around?
I'll tell you why I'm so sad, Marty.
Mm-hmm.
It's because tomorrow is 1 year since the last time we were at the Autobahn, and it makes me so sad to think that it's been that long since I've seen your lovely fuzzy tummy and Ross's not so fuzzy top of his head. And the real tragedy is the swell of anticipation the crowd gets whenever I am on stage. I am not even wearing tight pants today. I mean, you know, they do match my jacket, but they are loose and they are comfortable. I don't know what I am doing.
Well, Baron, I'm very sorry that you've hit the hard times, but who knows? Maybe you got to hit bottom before you find yourself back on top. We will find out after this match. And with your opponent, I'd like to toss it over to Ross. Ross.
All right, it is my pleasure to bring out to the online stage. Oh man, where do we even begin? I mean, it's I want to paint a picture for you. Close your eyes, if you will. Makeup, fans, pastries, magic, maybe like some unicorn dust mixed in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Shoujo a Go-Go!
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I almost got here too late. I had to go out and run a couple of errands. You know, I was actually helping out a very dear friend of mine. He's very, very concerned. And do you mind if I talk about this real quick?
Sure.
Okay, so let me use this platform to try to help my friend. I don't know if anybody has seen this guy. My dear friend Michael Bracco is very concerned. But just to let you know a little bit about this little guy, he loves tight pants. He has a really silly accent, and he owes my friend Mike Mikey, a lot of money. I mean, he looked at his credit card bill and he mentioned something about tanks of glitter, something about personal lubricant. I didn't know they could deliver that in a tanker truck. Did you?
No, that is news to me.
So we're gonna find this little guy. We're gonna, if you're in the DC/Baltimore area, we're looking for him.
Are we just looking for his butt or all of him?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's all of him right there.
I have often wondered.
But look, we're gonna get him back. We're gonna get him safe. We're gonna make sure he has had his shots. I don't know if he's been neutered or not, but we'll get him back. We'll get him back. But just keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for that guy.
We definitely will. And all of you at home, be sure to do the same. Ref Adam in Saf Chop Yopter Luminosity, be sure to do that for us. Thank you very much. So with that in mind, let's go over to the canvas and get this thing started.
Yeah, let's stop pussyfooting around and make it happen. We've got a 20-minute time limit in this main event. Baron von Sexyful getting Monopoly, drawing in red on the left. Shoujo A Go-Go drawing in black on the right gets Candyland. Monopoly v. Candyland is your main event here tonight. We're going to start this like we start all of them, asking the artists if they're ready and then counting down together. Baron von Sexyful, are you ready?
Sure. Of course. Whatever.
Not what I'm used to, but Shoujo A Go-Go, are you ready?
Oh my gosh, cheer up, Baron. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, art fight. 20 minutes on the clock, Ross. Monopoly versus Candyland.
I believe that's Monopoly versus Candyland.
That's what I said, Ross. Monopoly, Candyland.
Sure, we'll go with that. So, Monopoly from Baron von Sexyful in red, Candyland in black from Shoujo A Go-Go. Both artists seem to be working very closely next to each other, so I gotta wonder if this is something that they both have kind of planned out in their own heads as to how this is going to work. Now, of course, Baron von Sexyful, in what I can only describe as one of the few mainstays of forces in the universe, is drawing himself once again. It is just a matter of how, as usual. Now, I say he's drawing himself. What I mean is he's drawing what he hopes he looks like, as he has a beard that I can only describe as Post-it notes.
I believe it's made up of Monopoly money, Ross.
Oh, I get it.
And that there is a hell of a way to...
Making it rain.
He's making it rain. I do believe that's a great and excellent way to cheat in Monopoly. When in doubt, just make a beard of Monopoly money.
Yes, you know you're winning a lot when you can make a beard out of your money. Meanwhile, over there on the right-hand side, we have Candyland coming together from...
It's seriously starting to feel like Frank Miller's Candyland. I don't really remember pole dancing in the original Candyland, but you know what? Here's the Shoujo A Go-Go, refreshing an old classic for 2020.
Yes, indeed. And now, excuse me as I Google characters from Candyland, because I definitely do not remember the specifics.
Well, the leads were, of course, Chad and Sarah Candyland. That's who you play as.
Chad Candyland?
Chad and Sarah Candyland. Yeah.
I didn't remember this about Candyland, but Candyland played exclusively with picking up colors and then moving to those colors. There's no dice or whatever.
Yeah.
I had a friend who was colorblind, and they figured this out because they thought he was really stupid at Candyland.
Oh. Wow. That's really harsh. I feel sorry for your friend. Baron von Sexyful now coming together, not just looking like Uncle Moneybags. He's also got the hat and the car making up his body right now.
Yeah, right now he's just a head and a butt.
Which really is kind of the Baron von Sexyful way.
It's true.
Yeah, this is definitely... I mean, this is basically a Star Wars chicken walker happening here in the middle of the canvas.
Yes.
It does make you wonder, though, how that creature with 2 legs and no arms managed to stick bills into the waist of this Candyland pole dancer.
With the feet, I assume. But also it looks like Baron Von Monopoly on the left is full-on American History X style curb-stomping Shoujo's Candyland right there on the right-hand side.
Yeah, and that Candyland is just apparently horking down some Skittles.
Honey, did you not see me on Halloween? The stuff made me split.
I did see you do that on Halloween. It was a little terrifying, and I refused to ever watch the video.
A marked improvement on drinking ranch dressing. I will say that much.
Yes, true fact. Well, meanwhile, I should point out, in case it wasn't obvious, Baron von Sexyful has marked free parking in his butt.
Mm-hmm. Yes, right in his butt, with a minute to go until the first spinning of the Wheel of Death.
Oh, and we've got Shoujo Go-Go enveloping all of Baron von Sexyful in some sort of material. We'll find out what the deal is with that in a minute.
That is Skittle-filled vom, Ross.
Oh. Does it have to be?
It doesn't have to be, but I believe that's what it is. And we've got 23 seconds to that first spin, which means we're thankfully... Oh, wait, sorry. It's a candy bag. Yep. We got the little tie up at the top. 15 seconds. We're going to count it down together, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. First spinning of the Wheel of Death. Respins, of course, available for both artists. Let's see what they get. Baron von Sexyful getting It Came from the Deep. And Shoujo Go-Go gets Pizza Bones. Baron, would you like a respin?
Ooh, I don't know, really. Nah, I'll figure it out.
He's going to keep It Came from the Deep. Shoujo, pro Pizza Bone or throwing him away?
Oh my gosh, I always eat the pizza bones.
Okay, so the pizza bones are going to stay, and bless you for it. People who don't eat crusts are just weird, in my humble opinion. And we are seeing 2 properties drawn on cards down in the lower right there. Shout out to our Baltimore and DC homes, the Autobar and the Black Cat.
Ah.
Very, very nice. And we are seeing how Pizza Bones and It Came from the Deep will come together. So far, we've got a spooky skeleton coming from the pen of Shoujo Go-Go. Did I say that right, Ross?
I believe so. So we've got Shoujo Go-Go working on some literal bones as a skeleton comes together in the middle of the canvas, while meanwhile It Came from the Deep appearing on the right-hand side as an extremely large creature appears to be eating our poor Candyland princess on the right-hand side. I believe it is Bill Paxton as a fish.
It does have Bill Paxton vibes, but I believe it is Baron Von Creature from the Black Lagoon coming out over there on the right-hand side, just absolutely horking down the Shoujo a la Candyland over there on the right. And it is worth pointing out, as mentioned in the chat, the Autobar GoFundMe continuing on. So if you do want to support our home away from home, please feel free to do so. Just click that link in the chat. As we've got, it is a bony pizza delivery guy. I've seen many movies that involve these things, but it hasn't been strictly a skeleton.
Somebody's gonna get boned something.
Yes, exactly. 12 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in your main event here. We are almost halfway through, and for unfortunately what will be the last time this evening, I'd like to check in on the luminosity with our friend Ref Adam. Adam, how are you, my friend?
Hello, Marty, Ross, chat, checking in one last time here on the Luminosity SAF Yopter 3. I just wanted to take a couple minutes here to give some thanks for our humble followers and our subs that have come during this broadcast and over the past couple hours. We have CM Sam Manov, Ginny 5444, Ghoul Power, and Del Rule 5. Thank you all so much for your follows, and our very own Court Jester, 6 months subscription. Thank you so much for enabling us to do what we do for you, and being able to throw those emotes in the chat. I mean, it speaks for itself. Totally worth it. And while we're talking about people in the chat, Punk Walrus, I would like to, take a second and just thank you for being born. Happy birthday to you. You are a beloved chatter here in the chat. And Shoujo Ross, I will use my nautical affinity, I believe, to keep up the search. So Booty Watch 2020 right here on the seas of the Baltimore Harbor. Thank you all so much, and until next time, keep it wet. This has been Ref Adam signing out.
All right, keep it wet there, Adam. Meanwhile, here on the canvas,
I think my favorite part there was when he said "keep it wet." I could hear Adam almost break.
Yeah. So meanwhile, here on the canvas, I do want to point out some things that happened while Ref Adam was, dare I say, keeping it wet. So we've got what started as it came from the deep now being turned into what I assume is an anchovy pizza, Marty. While meanwhile, we've got Baron von Sexyful turning the entire canvas into a Monopoly board, which is making me lose interest in the canvas, Marty. While meanwhile...
yeah, that means this canvas, instead of having 10 minutes remaining, now has roughly 4.5 hours and one lengthy argument to go.
Right.
As we spin the wheel of death. And Baron von Sexyful gets Bear With Me, B-E-A-R, and Shoujo Gogo gets Mothman of the Hour. Mothman of the Hour. Baron von Sexyful, would you like to keep Bear With Me or pass it on? Okay, keeping with Bear With Me. And Shoujo Gogo, Mothman of the Hour, or would you like the respin?
I would love to keep that.
Okay, Mothman of the Hour stays. Bear With Me and Mothman of the Hour is this random.
So on the left-hand side, we've got a lot of the Candyland board appearing from the pen of Shoujo. So we've got some Candyland on the left, some Monopoly on the right from both artists. And as you mentioned, Bear With Me coming together from Baron von Sexyful over on the left-hand side on the Candyland board. So we'll see how that comes together in a minute. He's starting with the shading, so it's a little hard to make out at first. Though he did, I want to point out, add some meat onto those pizza bones. And now that pizza bone is getting turned into the Mothman of the Hour. Or he is the Tick sidekick. Marty, thoughts?
I would absolutely love a weird Mothman Arthur combination right there in the center. And our Bear With Me coming together, and it is downright adorable. And it is wearing a Sexyful t-shirt, of course.
Which makes it weird.
I believe it is a bear with him.
Yeah, I know, but it's not wearing pants, Marty. And it's wearing a shirt, which makes me think it knows how clothes work, and it just chose not to.
It's got cold shoulders, Ross. It's got cold shoulders.
It's definitely a choice, Rossi Poo. A delicious choice.
I enjoy the fact that apparently this bear is standing for a selfie with Baron von Sexyful.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, okay, smile for the camera. All right, just one more. Get one more. Just hold that pose, and
he's trying to bite you. He's trying to bite you. That's not good. That's very bad. All right. And those moth wings are gorgeous. I just want to say, nice shading work there from Shoujo Gogo. Looks very, very nice to me. But it looks like the Mothman, or the moth nature, is coming across onto the face of the bear right there.
Yeah, that bear looks like he's the old guy in the Blind Melon video.
Oh, he's wait, the tick. No, he's the tick, Ross. That's why
that makes sense, because the chin.
And has the Bruce Campbell-esque chin.
I get it now.
Yes. 7 minutes
sorry.
to go, 2 minutes to the final spin. Both respins still available. Neither artist using it. And again, as a reminder, Baron von Sexyful coming into this bout 0-2. Shoujo Go 2-0. Can Shoujo continue her undefeated streak, or will Baron get a victory here? We saw Bunny come in, who was tied with Shoujo Go with an undefeated record. She is now down to 2-1, losing to Red Erin. So we will have to see if lightning strikes twice here, and we see Shoujo eat her first loss, with Baron finally getting his first victory, or Shoujo continues on unabated.
So as both artists try and fill up this canvas with 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go, one more spinning for each artist. There's still a little bit of room left, though it's not really as self-contained of an area as we sometimes see in Art Fight, though the top left corner is still very much available, and that is still anyone's game. Though I will point out that the artwork pretty dense in this match, which is only to say that that doesn't allow for that kind of drawing and taking one thing and turning it into something else that we often see in Art Fight as a crucial method in the last minutes of a bout to still make an impact without the room to spare.
And Ross, speaking of making an impact, both artists made an impact on the canvas, with Baron von Sexyful in the top right turning it into a Monopoly board, Shoujo in the lower left turning it into a Candyland board, but Baron von Sexyful adding some Monopoly pieces to get that little bit of extra dominance on the canvas.
Yeah, so as that appears all over the canvas, we've now got Baron von Sexyful taking those Mothman wings and trying to turn them into something else. Using
2,
that same tactic we were
1.
talking about a minute ago. And as
Final
we spin the
spin.
Wheel of Death for the final time, 2 new topics for both artists. Baron von Sexyful gets needs more birds, and Shoujo Go gets beads, bees, beans? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Baron, are you going to keep it or throw it away?
Needs more birds. We already did a thing like that with all the bunnies. Give me another one.
Okay,
Taking
he's
his
going for the
respin there. Didn't want the
And
birds.
Shoujo Go
I would like a respin, please.
going for
Respins
that
for
respin.
everybody. What's in the box goes to Baron von Sexyful, while presents for your opponent goes to Shoujo Go.
So
4 minutes and 13 seconds to go, Ross.
It
yeah,
feels
we're gonna
like
get
we're
what's
trying
in
to
a
do the same
box.
thing.
Yeah, we're getting 2 boxes here on the canvas. Well, assuming 2 boxes for here on the canvas.
It's 2 boxes.
2 boxes coming soon this fall to Fox. One's a box that plays it by the book. The other's a hotshot box that doesn't play by the rules. 2 boxes.
2 box on Fox.
Dang it, boxes. The mayor wants your badge on my desk by morning. I have nothing else.
You're a loose cannon, and you're corrugated. I can't handle it. 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go, and it looks like 1 box, as drawn by Baron von Sexyful, has the dead head of Shoujo Go in it.
Oh, you've done that before.
Whereas Shoujo Go has drawn a box from the fine folks at Adam and Eve.
It's a lubricorn.
Oh, it's a lubricorn. Tremendous. AdamandEve.com. Go ahead and enter the code SuperArtFight on checkout and watch the site say code not found.
But still, it's a wonderful website, and we support them at least, emotionally.
And sometimes
Yes,
financially.
Marty? And sometimes
financially. Yeah.
Hey, whatever helps get you through the night.
And the day, and sometimes the day and the night. All of it, really. We've been in our homes for 8 months, okay?
Keeping it interesting over at the Day House. So I do want to point out what appears to be a beginning of a drawing that never quite got finished, which appears to be, and I quote, Mickey Mouse with boobs.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to do the birds thing anyway, so this is a tit mouse.
Well done. Well done.
Well,
1 minute, 53 seconds, and we have a titmouse reference. Excellent job, everybody. You know what? I think our job's done here. Cancel the rest of the season. We're good. Just shut it down. Producer Steve, let's wrap it up. Let's go.
Oh, he actually did that. Oh, good. We're back.
Oh. 1 minute, 28 seconds remaining in this, your main event.
It's like that's like a scene in a video game where they try to pretend like the game ended.
Baron von Sexyful 0-2, Shoujo a go-go 2-0. An O has to go here, folks. 1 minute, 5 seconds. Will Baron von Sexyful finally taste victory during this round robin tournament? Or will Shoujo a go-go continue on to be unstoppable? The power is in your hands, fans at home. Right in the chat, you'll be able to vote. Standard 3 minutes. Only one can win with 45 seconds remaining. Ross, taking a look at this canvas. We've got a lot of stuff going on. What is popping out to you?
I mean, everything's popping out to me. I feel like I'm getting hit in the face by the entire canvas. We've got some pretty impressive line work from both artists and a whole lot of detail happening all over the place. I do want to point out that our fish just got stabbed in the eye with a pizza on the right-hand side. While meanwhile,
look at that,
we're just getting some
left.
Cthulhu details from
Ross.
on top of our Mothman bones. Yes,
Ross,
our
take a look
box
at the
for
top
it.
left. Well, it started as the dead head of Shoujo a go-go. Shoujo coming in, adding eyeballs, adding box fort, flip turning, reversing it, and that's time, ladies and gentlemen. The bout's over. Caps on markers. That's an art fight.
Woo!
That went right to the time, maybe a little bit past, but now you in the chat are going to get to pick the victor of this very, very tight bout. We will see who walks away with the victory, and of course we will chat with both competitors.
Yeah, and you want me to start off for once?
Yes, but waiting for that voting to start.
Okay.
There we go.
And there we
Voting
go.
Started. Ross, take it away.
Okay, Shoujo a go-go. You came into tonight. You had an amazing record. You're going up against Baron von Sexyful. He's got a lot to prove. Do you feel like you managed to pull ahead?
Like I did a really good job. I really went out of my comfort zone with that pole dancing. But I will never eat another Skittle as long as I live. But that Mothman of the Hour pizza guy, like I'm sure I could find him in some freaky fan fiction. Also, I got to draw the chick.
Yeah, always a good time. Now, I want to ask you, I know of all the artists that are part of our roster, you are one that I have seen on the canvas in the past feel like, oh, this is a joke. This is a great joke. Why aren't they calling out this joke? And really want to make sure they call it out. So I want to give you the opportunity right now. Is there a joke that we didn't call out on the commentary that you're really proud of that you want to point out to the fans at home?
Oh my gosh, you guys did such a good job this time. I mean, you normally do, but you know. I really loved I wish I could do more with the lubricorn. I think that's going to be a very marketable product at some point. I feel like we may need to put that into production.
Yeah, I mean, we just need to get some human safe mold things. I don't know how this works, but you know,
something biodegradable glitter, you know.
I think so. As long as it doesn't involve glitter, I'm in. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Marty.
Yes, indeed, and it's a very, very tight race, folks. Very, very, very tight. And speaking of keeping it tight, Baron von Sexyful, how are you feeling after that match? It was a very close contest, all 20 minutes of it. what do you think really worked out well for you on the canvas tonight?
You know, I felt very, very bad going into this, and then I saw that I don't pay attention to what I'm going up against, and I didn't know I was going up against Jessie until she popped up, and I didn't even take notice.
Who's she though?
Yeah, who is Jessie?
She sounds cool. I don't know.
Oh, so Shoujo, and all I did was saw that she held up a picture of the most fine booty I have ever seen in my life. And
Alan?
it put a wiggle. Oh, there it is. Look at that. It put a wiggle in my own hips. I love it. I feel better. And now I'm hopeful I will see you all again in person and wiggle my booty at you. So as for the art fight, it was fun. I got to draw lots of fun and sexyful things.
We would expect nothing less from you. We'll have to see if what you drew worked out in your favor, as we are now going to find out the victor. Producer Steve, if you please. Anticipation is growing. Shoujo A Go-Go takes the win, goes 3-0. Baron von Sexyful down to 0-3. I'm going to toss it over to Ross with Shoujo in just a moment. Baron von Sexyful, I gotta ask you right here. 0-3. What are you going to do to turn it around in week 4?
I love an evening where I have 3 O's, let me tell you. Oh. Yeah, I don't need to turn it around. I am sheer perfection. I mean, 3 O's, and you've got a tube that you just slide through. That's what the lube is for. Just slide on through. I'm a competitive slip and slide.
I'm speechless. Ross! Actually, before I turn it over, any plugs that... Oh, God.
Yeah, careful.
Any promotional content you would like to mention, Baron?
You said plugs. Anyway, as you can tell, I owe a little bit of money to the Michael Bracco, so you might just want to do a little shopping over at spaghettikiss.etsy.com. He just did a new shirt that has a puppy riding in a mech, and it's the mech has some very nice gams. But yeah, just go over there, check it out, help it so that I can buy more tanks of glitter.
And reminder, of course, to everyone watching at home, a percentage of every single purchase goes right to the Michael Bracco Foundation to support Michael Bracco. And now I'll turn it over to Ross and Shoujo Go-Go. Ross!
Shoujo bringing home yet another victory. How's it feel?
Feels amazing. After doing Neo, I was I kind of felt like the Baron. I was a little down in the dumps. But you know what, Baron? I'm going to help you with this debt. I'm going to give you my prize money from tonight.
Wait. There's prize money?
I thought there was. Wasn't there?
Hold on. Let me...
Shut up, Ross. She's going to give me a buttload.
I mean, it's at least a $20 card to Sizzler. Right?
Yeah.
Great right now.
Now it's an $100 card to Sizzler. We've upped it.
Okay, well, maybe we can split it. Maybe we can split that.
Marty, Sizzler went out of business, right?
Just locally. They still exist across the United States. And let me tell you, there's nowhere you want to be right now quite like a place where everyone just grabs food with their hands.
Okay,
You know
thanks.
what?
This is a good sidebar.
I'll take a ground round. Arby's, they do have all the meats.
They do.
I mean, I'm not picky. Baron, you like White Castle, right?
I used to live in one, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Well, I dated someone who lived in one. So I took it, it's mindset.
All right, and Shoujo Go-Go, is there anything you'd like to plug?
Why, yes. I would love it if people came over to visit me at twitch.tv/ShoujoAGoGo. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Mondays and Wednesdays are art days. I'm making comics again, and it feels so good. And Fridays, we're going to be picking up a new adventure game because we just finished Indiana Jones and the Fate of the Furious. I'm sorry, Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. So please come on over and check me out. Mwah.
All right. Thank you so much, Shoujo. And congratulations once again on your win. Marty, 3 more shows in the can. Another week of Super Art Fight action.
We did 3 shows? You mean 3 more bouts, right?
Three things happened. We did them. Here we are.
Yes, episode 4 in the books. Next week again, we will be back in tournament action. Baron Von Sexyful collides with Stevie Speed. Shoujo and Go-Go goes one-on-one with Bunny. And in non-tournament action, it's going to be the Charm City Shinobi versus Rave Royale. We'd love to have you join us here next Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this very Twitch channel, twitch.tv/SuperArtFight. Something that would be really awesome, in addition to following us here, supporting us on Patreon, that sort of thing. Let's get a little bit of word of mouth going, gang. Tell 2 friends to tell 2 friends to tell 2 friends to tell 2 friends. I think without blowing too much smoke, I think this is a great way to spend a Saturday night. Ask your friends to join you. Make a watch party out of it. Let's have a great old time together. Let's continue to build this up as we've got 2 episodes left in this inaugural season of Super Art Fight Online. We'd love to see those view counts keep going up and up and up. But for all of the artists, all 6 incredible artists, Red, Erin, Bunny, the Fighting Fanboy Mike Donahue, 2 Drink Alex, Baron Von Sexyful, Shoujo Go-Go, for producer Steve in the booth, Ref Adam in the yacht, and of course, my dear colleague Ross Nover. Ross, I love you, bud.
Love you too, buddy.
Aw, thank you. I want to say thank you for everyone for joining us live here on Twitch. Don't forget, next Saturday, more Super Art Fight action. But on Thursday night, we've got our D&D game, Super Art Fantasy. So please, by all means, check it out. And we're going to go ahead and raid another channel, so stick around. But until then, for all of us at Super Art Fight, I've been Marty Day. And this has been the greatest live art competition in the known universe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye!
Bye!